Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We appreciate your viewership. Let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hardworking crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Pretty comfortable today. High 84, low 73. Little narrow band. Got good breezy weather. Really nice weather we're having this week, all week, and the rest of the week. Our water temperature brought to us by Alco Electric out of Lynn Haven. It's stuck on 78 the last couple of days. It's been 78 degrees at the end of the pier the last 3 days. It's been interesting to follow. Our river reading brought to us by the good folks at Panama City, Coca-Cola. Look at the Apalachicola Bluntstown. Don't look like it had any rain. It's going up just a little bit. This morning is a 7.7 and got a little bit of rise to it at Bluntstown. Now the Choctaw at Caryville, we knew what was going to happen. It's peaking out today. Right now it's at 10.6, but it's going to start falling this afternoon and get on back down. This weekend should be really good fishing on Choctaw if you like to fall in water. So looking good there. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at good strong tides. The high tide is right in the middle of the day at 11:21. The low tide is tonight at 10:45, and that wind south-southwest at 10 to 20. A good breeze. Keep those bugs away when you get outdoors and enjoy it. Let's take a break. We'll come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome our guest, familiar face here, Chris Kramer.
Hey,
welcome,
good morning.
Welcome back. Love having Chris on. He's a fellow outdoorsman, and I love keeping up with he and his family doing all kinds of things. A local businessman, third generation now with his family here in town, and always admired his family, his granddad, his dad, and I'm just tickled to have him on and doing all the things he does. So what have you been up to?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. The boys are keeping me busy. My wife's keeping me busy. We're managing to sell a few trucks and boats and fix them all.
Now, see, you got a couple businesses. You got your boat business, you got your truck and cars,
yep,
and then you're a full-time dad, looks like.
Sure am. But the good thing is my boys like doing what I like doing, so we just go do it.
I'll get a kick out of watching. We've got all kinds of pictures. Let's start off with this one right here, okay? This picture right here. Let's see. Tell us about this one, okay?
Well, I was just happened to be sitting there enjoying the moment. It's a little afternoon in Abbeville, and this was the scene in front of me. The dog was totally relaxed. The boys were relaxed. Maybe catching a fish, maybe not. Carter, I think, was trying to hand feed one down there.
Okay.
But it was just a really cool moment that I was able to capture on the camera.
You captured a classic moment right there. You got them doing all kinds of things, and the dog's right there in the middle of it. So.
And none of them had a care in the world at that moment.
That's exactly right. They will remember these days. And then, let's see, our next one right here, tell us about this.
Yeah, that is Sawyer. He was whacking those big brim. I mean, they were hungry and they were big.
Man.
And that you can see it a little bit on the, there you go, on the scales, 1 pound, 7 ounces on a little rattle trap.
Wow, on a rattle trap.
Little small rattle trap. They wouldn't eat the bigger one, but they would eat the little one. That's
cool. I know y'all been traveling, doing outdoor stuff. You love going over there to your camp up there in Alabama. That's around Abbeville.
Yeah, any time of the year, I love going up there. But this year's been awesome because we've had all the seasons.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a full snow up there. We had 10 inches of snow up there this year.
Oh my goodness.
And then I mean the next weekend or the weekend prior, it could be 60, 70 degrees. But we were up there. Thankfully, we were stuck up there.
So
we had to fend for ourselves.
When it snowed, y'all were up there.
We were there.
Oh my goodness!
It was unbelievable. I mean, it was, and the deer were moving. They were frolicking. It was something else.
Did the kids get out and make some snowmen and all that?
Immediately. And we thought, when the snow just started coming down, that was going to be it. Mm-hmm. But then 10 hours later, we had 10 inches, and they really got to experience it.
That's so cool. I know they've been able to, what are their ages now, you boys?
Youngest is 7, middle is 10, and oldest is 12.
Wow, they're at a good age right
They
now
are.
to do outdoor stuff. Let's look at this picture here. Tell us about this one.
That was the last weekend of turkey season, and that's young Max McCord, who actually was able to shoot that solo. He was hunting with and around his dad, but he actually called that turkey in.
No way.
And shot it. Had shot it from a distance, and that's Sawyer with him. We went to go retrieve him in the bird, but he was grinning ear to ear. That's something else to be able to do that. I mean, turkey hunting is unbelievable. They can be the easiest hunt in the world, or it can be the most frustrating hunt in the world. You think you got them figured out, and they go the other direction.
Isn't it crazy? No matter how many years you've been doing it, that can happen.
Yep.
And all the experience and all. I know y'all also, whatever's in season you've been able to do, hunt, fish, and whatever, y'all been doing it. So
Just move from one season to the other.
yeah. Let's talk about, real quick, got a picture here. These guys here, this is cool. Tell us about this.
That's Team Kramer Marine. We're growing. Justin Chappell, Rob, Aniel, Lucas, and Big Al. They are setting records month in and month out. We're serving more customers every month. We're doing outreach. Watson's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
We've partnered with the new owners at Watson's Landing. We've leased an acre of land, right at an acre of land on the road, and we'll be taking care of the service work on all the boats inside of Watson's Landing. And even if you're not a Watson's Landing customer, we can pull your boat out there and secure it on one of their racks and take care of the service work right there.
What a great idea.
They've got it. It's very accessible. You're not in the mix with all the craziness on the beach.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on in downtown Panama City. There's places to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel Indigo downtown.
Mm-hmm.
There's more and more coming around the Millville area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really nice and protected area. You're in the back of Watson Bayou.
Yeah.
And it's also next to the new boat ramp, Snug Harbor,
Yeah.
which is an unbelievable boat ramp.
It really is.
The city marina gets all the talk.
Yeah.
But the Snug Harbor boat ramp with the wash down and it's fully accessible and easy in and out, it's fantastic.
I don't know why people don't talk about that more. But we were there at the ribbon cutting, and I said right then that day, this is going to be spectacular.
It is.
I mean, you got to wash your boat out and everything. So
That's a great. I mean, you can put a big boat. I mean, you can put a 36, 40-foot boat in there, no problem.
that's good. Let's take a quick break. Come right back with Chris. Okay, welcome back. Here with Chris Kramer, Kramer Marine, and also Kramer Trucks and Cars. They're selling well.
That works.
Too.
I like that.
I've got one of each. I tell him he's third generation with us. Way back with Tommy Thomas, we started buying General Motors and all. So over the years, I felt really close. We've had some great salesmen over the years. I really have.
You helped send me to the University of Florida.
Speaking of the Gators, listen. What about that national championship in basketball?
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the Gators won the national championship
I
in
saw that somewhere in
basketball.
here. And, well, what was cool, you took your family to the game.
We did. It's one of those moments. I mean, you've just got to go, and we felt good about our chances. And we decided if we'd go, and if we win, we'll stay and we'll go to the finals.
Yep.
And we stayed, and man, that game did not look good for us for
I couldn't believe
most of it till the last 60 seconds, and then we pulled it out.
Was that incredible?
It was unbelievable. And our best shooter didn't have much of a game until it counted.
Tell the folks about him. Y'all got to see him and all.
We actually got to go to a couple games early. Had no idea the Gators would be what they would be this year.
Yeah.
So we were able to go. We saw some big blowouts. But the kids got to go close to the court, and the players were really kind and shook hands and signed autographs and passed out some of their sweaty rags. And the kids loved it. And then they kept doing really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was, okay, here we go. And then build and build and build. And then they're national champions, and they see them on television, and they got to shake their hands earlier in the season.
Who was their favorite player?
They like Thomas Howell. They like Walter Clayton.
Yeah.
They met Thomas Howell in San Antonio.
Okay.
In between the games on the Riverwalk. We happened to be down there, and there comes this big, tall guy walking down the river, and oh my God, that's Thomas Howell.
Oh.
And so I should have sent you a picture of that. They stopped, and he shook their hands and said, "Hey."
That's cool. So that's something else I have in common, our love for the Gators. We were down there during the football season at Ole Miss. When Ole Miss came down to play the Gators, Of course, I took my grandkids and all their friends from Ole Miss, and we went and watched them. They were hooked up with Franklin Harrison and the Sosstein, and y'all all tailgate together.
The rowdy reptiles.
The rowdy reptiles. But what I got a kick out of was just looking out in the parking lot and around the grass and all. And those boys out there, they're throwing that football and having the best time. And what memories they're going to have of tailgating all those years.
I think we may have whooped Ole Miss's butt that game.
Yeah, Gators played a great game. That was a good game. Now, Mason was heartbroken after the game. He was about to cry, but he got over it. But I said, son, I've been on both sides of this scoreboard.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, one of the things I admire about y'all, when you don't just do local stuff, you do some stuff. Let me see. I got to get my pictures hooked up. Tell us about the cars and trucks real quick.
I tell you what, like I said, on the marine side, it's been record setting, and on the car side, our service department is growing. We're actually adding 10 lifts starting this month.
Yeah.
We're rearranging some of our service area to take care of the amount of service work that we have coming in. Our area is growing so much.
That's awesome.
And we've got a lot of business that comes in for the construction trade and for others that end up coming to us for service work. We've got a dedicated express service center, and we've got a main shop to handle more of the heavy work. But we're adding and expanding 10 new lifts, and we'll be looking to hire 6 more mechanics for those. But we have reached capacity, and we have the largest shop in town.
Yeah.
And we're pushing 60 lifts as it is.
Wow.
But we're adding more to the back. Yes, sir.
That speaks volumes right there, folks. Have that kind of capacity and still growing like that.
And on the sales side, the national sales rate is as high as it really has ever been.
Really?
That's obviously monitored, but the market is hot right now on new vehicles. We have not seen, General Motors has told us there would not be a price increase due to the potential tariffs, which is, who knows what's going to happen there. The water's a little bit muddy, but it seems to have settled. But the market's hot, and we've got a bunch of inventory coming in. We've got a huge number of Chevrolets, and a lot of them are pickup trucks that are inbound, and they'll be here into this month, into next month, into the summer, in time to celebrate our 60th anniversary at the dealership, which we're going to celebrate on July 11th.
Okay.
We're going to have a big celebration. We're going to have classic cars. It's actually I believe it's the National Classic Car Day on July 11th as well. So we're going to have classic cars all along the front line. We're going to have food. We're going to have music. It's going to be an awesome deal.
I know you got to have a 1957 Chevrolet there. I know y'all will.
We're going to have to.
I'm telling you, to me, that's an all-time classic, that 57 Chevy. Okay, let's take a quick look at this picture here. Tell us about this one. This is cool.
Well, you turn around, the boys have got their shirts off, and they're screaming and yelling and jumping up and down, and that's right after we won the national championship.
They were there. Look at them. Are they excited?
Yeah, it was awesome.
The Alamo Dome. Okay. All right, tell us about this picture.
I've never caught a bonefish until then.
That's your first one?
First one ever. I've seen them. I've thrown the kitchen sink at them. They say they're easy to catch, but I hadn't experienced it. But we went down as a group for spring break to the British Virgin Islands and rented catamarans. And Joey Sosstein and his family and I went on one, and we captained that. But we went with 2 others that had captains, so we kind of piggybacked on them and followed them around. But that is in Anegada. And we went with a guide, and he took us around to the ocean side on that barrier reef, which apparently is the second largest in the world, maybe third largest in the world. But these fish were in these pools, these little eddies, and the boys were on the beach, and I had my fly rod, and we were looking down the beach at a school that we had pushed, and then another school comes from our right, and the guy goes, "There they are, man. There they are, man." And I happened to make a good cast. He says, "Strip, strip, 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 strip." And I strip, strip, strip. I'm on, you know. And when that bonefish hits, when he eats, he goes. He doesn't hang out. It's I mean, that reel, he said, get him on the reel, man, get him on the reel. Fought him for 10 minutes. He ran to the beach. So at one point in time, the fish was in between me and my boys.
Yeah.
And so they were watching, and then, we got him up. We're worried about maybe a shark getting him or coming loose. I mean, I hadn't really done much with the terminal side of that in a while. So we get him to us, and he had a little net, and he got him. There he is.
Boom.
First bonefish ever.
First bonefish.
I've tried 20 years or so trying to catch one of those.
No kidding.
Yep. I think everybody's got a species like that.
Yeah.
That gives them fits.
Yeah.
That they can't close a deal on.
That is awesome. I know that was a fun day right there.
And of course, the boys were like, I want to catch one. I want to catch. It took me 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll try.
Yeah. And they got to watch the whole thing then. They got
to watch the whole thing. And
awesome.
Actually, right after that, we had a tarpon give me a shot. And I was 5 feet behind it with the fly. I was just trying to scare it off, I guess.
Oh, wow. That's cool. All right, let's take it. Our last break. We'll be right back with Chris. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. How about this morning, 141 to 341, but this afternoon, 208 to 408. Now I told Chris, I said, we got to mention your wife because she does so much. So she's an amazing wife, isn't she, Mom?
Pam, I love you. You're amazing.
There you go. All right, we're done it. Also, we got some more pictures. But before I get to pictures, I want to mention the Auto Butler. When you buy a vehicle, you add that onto it. I've never done it before until I got this truck a couple years ago, and they bring it in a couple times a year, whatever.
We apply that to every vehicle that comes in.
Yes.
And then when you purchase the vehicle, for the next 5 years, twice a year, you get 2 exterior reapplications.
Yeah.
So it's a full exterior detail on the vehicle, and then we reapply. It's a zinc-based copolymer, and you get. I mean, it's a great shine. It's protected. And we've got a lot of sap in the area. We've got a lot of bugs, and it helps you clean it a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm a witness to it. I mean, when I go pick up my truck when it's finished, it's like a brand new truck. I've never had that before. I've tried all kinds of stuff on Sunday afternoon, cleaning my truck and all that, but this is just something else right here. So anyway, we got to get some more pictures. What do you got coming up? Well, we can set up our pictures. What you got in adventures?
We have got, I tell you, snapper season's coming up. That's exciting, end of this month, and then it won't be long. We'll be at the Bay Point Billfish Tournament.
That's right.
We're sponsoring this year. I'm going to fish in it again this year.
Good. On
some friend's boat. I fished last 2 years on our boat, but I got an invite to fish with some other folks, and so I'm going to do that. But that is, I'm so thankful for the people who have taken that on and brought that back. It's such an experience. I remember walking the docks as a kid, looking at all the battle wagons and the gold reels and thinking one day.
Yeah.
One day I'll be out there, and sure enough, I've done it.
That's awesome. Oh, this picture right here, this is cool.
Yeah, that's the same trip down there in Anegada. The same guy knew where the bugs were, and we got out, and he showed me. I tell you, I thought I could get them myself. We go to the Keys and get after them, but they were huge. Those lobsters were 4 or 5 pounds.
Wow.
They're just a monster, but I helped him, I'd say. I may have scared off more than I got, but they were, and they ate good too. But he put us on them right there at the end.
Cool. And
that's a Virgin Gorda. Shout out to the Rish family, Jay Rish and his crew. Mm-hmm. We were tagging everywhere we went, and that's the Kramer Marine and Outdoor sticker and Rish Real Estate sticker.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a beautiful lookout. You could look out. You could actually see Anegada, which is about 15 miles off from there, and then Richard Branson's Islands to the right. It's a really cool spot.
What a cool vacation. All right, let's go back to the snow.
There's the snow buck. That's another McCord harvest. Young Luke with the monster 8-point.
Whoa.
Unbelievable. We actually had that deer on camera, and no one had ever seen it in the flesh. And he came out in the snow like most of those animals do when it changes weather like that.
That's amazing. This was amazing.
There's old Deadeye right there.
Wow.
Bobcats are terrors on turkeys. They're terrors on quail, and they're terrors on deer. We actually watched a bobcat feast on a fawn earlier this year. So we need to control that bobcat population. But the Sawyer, he just absolutely put the hammer on them. And there's Christopher, his snow buck.
That's a different buck.
That's a different buck.
Okay.
But he actually shot that one all on his own. He has taken quite a few deer in his 12 years.
Yeah.
And he's gotten really good at it. He's a great shot. It helps if his gun's on, if his dad's got his gun ready, which didn't happen earlier in the year, but we got him dialed in. And the next hunt, he shot that deer.
That is cool.
In the snow.
That is cool. I love seeing, following your boys and all the outdoor adventures y'all do, and the marine business, y'all. It's great to see all the success y'all having. What's your best-selling boat? The Weld?
Well, the all weld is a great sell. It's all welded metal boat, and it comes in all shapes and sizes. You've got one with a little bit of a V to handle a chop. You've got the John boats, but that's a boat, and we can finance that boat, and we can actually take it out to 180 months. I mean, you can get a really, really, really low payment.
That's a good
a
deal.
couple $100 a month for a brand new boat, and put a brand new Yamaha on it. It's just a great, affordable, very versatile boat.
That's good. What about the trucks and cars are hot now?
They are Silverados, Sierras. We actually on the ground we have quite a few Silverado heavy duties.
Okay.
We got a nice shipment of those. So those vehicles are here and they are ready and available for immediate delivery.
That's awesome. Some of you're going to bring your boys on the show, but they're taking an exam today, and Mom made them go to school.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that took priority over Panhandle Outdoors. But next time.
Yeah, it's important that you go ahead and pass your grade. And they're at Holden Nativity.
All three of them.
All three of them. Very good.
And my oldest was elected student body president.
Congratulations. Now, I bet his granddad's proud of him. His great-granddad would have been proud of him, too, for getting in politics at an early age.
That's right. That's
awesome.
Right. He's got a lot of ambition for what he can accomplish as student body president next year. But maybe a pizza party.
Yeah. And some outdoor activities.
Yes.
Chris, thank you so much, bud. Always great to have you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all watching the show, folks. Run by Kramer Marine or Kramer Chevrolet GMC and do some business with a local family that's been here like 3 generations here locally. Y'all have a great day. Do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.